We will now have a responsive reading, and candles will be extinguished. Following that, there is going to be a clash of cymbals that will memorialize Jesus' death and the earthquake that followed. And then Heidi will sing, "Were You There?" Remember, this is why Jesus went to the cross. For each of us, he knows what it is like to be a servant.
He knows what it is like to face an unfair or undesirable situation.
He knows what it is like to be deserted by a close friend.
He knows what it is like to be shunned, beaten, persecuted for his principles.
He knows what it is like to be tempted.
He knows what it is like to lose a son.
Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Oh, how sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you there when they nailed him to a tree? Were you there when they nailed him to a tree? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they nailed him to a tree? Were you there when they pierced him in the side? Were you there when they pierced him in the side? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they pierced him in the side? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? Oh, sometimes it causes me to tremble, tremble, tremble. Were you there when they laid him in the tomb? You were there when they crucified my Lord.
Who has believed our message, and to whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed? He grew up before him like a tender shoot, and like a root out of dry ground. He had no beauty or majesty to attract us to him, nothing in his appearance that we should desire him. He was despised and rejected by mankind, a man of suffering and familiar with pain. Like one from whom people hide their faces, he was despised, and we held him in low esteem. Surely he took up our pain and bore our suffering, and yet we considered him punished by God, stricken by him, and afflicted. But he was pierced for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. The punishment that brought us peace was on him, and by his wounds we are healed. We all, like sheep, have gone astray. Each of us has turned to our own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. He was oppressed and afflicted, and yet he did not open his mouth. He was led like a lamb to the slaughter, and as a lamb before its shearers is silent, so he did not open his mouth. By oppression and judgment he was taken away, and yet who of his generation protested? For he was cut off from the land of the living. For the transgression of my people he was punished. He was assigned a grave with the wicked and with the rich in his death, though he had done no violence, nor was any deceit in his mouth. Please join me in a responsive reading of John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. I am going to conclude our service with a dismissal blessing, after which you are invited to leave the sanctuary in silence. And here is that blessing. Go in peace. May Jesus Christ, who for our sake became obedient unto death, even death upon the cross, keep you and strengthen you this night